How to get rid of water retention. We're going to address this in today's video, but I'd like to start by making an addition. I've seen a lot of content on water retention, and people suggest things that, in practice, make no difference at all. Consume magnesium, take vitamin B6. Folks, in this video, let's focus on what works, what you can put into practice that will make a difference. So stick with me until the end of the video, because this video is here to genuinely add to your life, not to waste your time buying a bunch of stuff. Let's focus on what works, and you'll see that it's simpler than you might think. When you reduce your water retention, it improves your muscle definition. However, if your body fat percentage is very high, there's no point in going for this idea of, I'm retaining water, I'll take a diuretic. No, you have a high body fat percentage. When we talk about retention, you can see that when an athlete is going for dehydration, they are already lean, they are already extremely defined, getting the guy's physique ready for the stage. No one is going to be there without any abs showing and suddenly become defined through dehydration or getting rid of water retention. That doesn't exist. You have a high body fat percentage. Retention is another matter. Focus on reducing your body fat percentage first and foremost, because that's what will improve your physique. Now, suppose you've already reduced it and you genuinely have water retention. Now, let's implement some strategies. Just one more thing before we dive in. We also need to remember that water in our bodies is very volatile. What does volatile mean? It comes and goes easily. So, that's it. You went out, had Japanese food, consumed a lot of sodium, ate pizza. The next day, you wake up retaining water. You'll notice that 1 or 2 days later, it'll go away, meaning it goes and comes easily. You need to stay lean. You need to lose fat. And if you need it for a specific day, I'm going to the beach, I'm hitting the pool, you do it for that specific day, right? But then you might ask, can I use the practices you're going to mention here every day if I want to? You can. Great. I'm just trying to bring something useful to you, to benefit your life and not hinder it. So you don't have to live every day. You say, I just wanted to get rid of water retention for that specific day. So follow these steps 3 days before that day. And that's it, right? First and foremost, reduce your sodium intake. We don't want to eliminate sodium entirely. And you might ask, if I eliminate sodium, which is practically impossible, getting as close to zero as possible, will I be able to reduce water retention more? You will. That's right. However, it's not advisable. Just like eliminating carbohydrates isn't welcome. Eliminating calcium, which is a mineral, and now it sounds a bit more similar to you, isn't welcome either. Eliminating any nutrient isn't welcome. Therefore, sodium is a mineral that serves various functions, including participating in muscle contractions. So, you don't eliminate sodium consumption entirely, but you can reduce it as much as possible. For example, instead of using high sodium seasonings, you can opt for more natural seasonings, or any seasoning with 0 sodium. You can use light salt instead of regular salt. What's the best salt for your diet? The best salt for your diet is light salt. Oh, but what about pink salt? No, pink salt actually has a lot of sodium. Light salt is the best salt for your diet, and be thankful that it is, because it also has a reasonable price. Other things that are sometimes overlooked include albumin. Albumin contains a significant amount of sodium. You can check the nutritional label. Canned foods, processed meats. You might say, I don't use processed meats in my diet. Some people use turkey breast. I don't use canned foods. Some people eat sardines. So, these foods contain a lot of sodium, and you need to be careful because it can increase water retention. This tip won't steer you wrong, right? So, reduce your sodium intake. The second tip, you won't go wrong with it. Water. What's the best diuretic? Water. There's no way around it. Don't think that you can reduce water retention by drinking 1 liter or 1.5 liters of water. No, that won't work, right? You need to drink 3, 4, 5, 6 liters of water. It depends on how much your body needs. So, for a man, a woman, someone who exercises and sweats a lot, in summer, in winter. So, all of this depends. Ideally, all your urinations throughout the day should be clear, except for the first one. We'll find a suitable amount of water for you, and it will help you get rid of water retention. However, we can give it a boost. Let's talk about something that works, is natural, and doesn't harm your body. That would be green tea, hibiscus tea, and horsetail tea. These 3 teas are very effective at reducing water retention, around 500 milliliters to 1 liter of each per day. Very beneficial, and they count towards your water intake. Oh, I have to drink 5 liters of water a day. I'll have 1 liter of green tea, 1 liter of horsetail tea, 1 liter of hibiscus tea, and 2 more liters of water. Great, sounds good. Can I brew this tea and consume it by drinking a large amount of water? You can do that too. Next tip, caffeine. Caffeine is extremely welcome. It's diuretic, very beneficial. But there's something to note. When caffeine is used every day, you'll notice a diminished diuretic effect, and that's why the occasional use of caffeine. When someone who hasn't consumed caffeine in a long time suddenly has some, they end up urinating a lot. But if they consume it every day, that effect normalizes. So, caffeine, when used occasionally, will have a more pronounced impact. As for consuming watermelon and other diuretic foods, cucumber, if you increase your liquid intake and consume potent diuretics like the teas I mentioned, these types of foods become, let's say, rather insignificant. For our purposes, of course, in terms of diuresis, lymphatic drainage, does it work or not? It works, but we have to remember that it's a temporary solution. As I explained, water goes in and out easily. So, if you want to get rid of water retention for a specific date, lymphatic drainage is a good option. You might ask, what if I do it every week? Well, you can do it, but the money spent might not justify the benefit you receive. You might think, I'm going all out. I'm going to take diuretics, medication. Will that work? Certainly. Diuretic medications are very effective but come with health costs for those who don't need them. So, I'll mention here that diuretic medications can help you, but they come at a price. Does physical activity improve this? Yes, it does, because during physical activity, we experience sweating. So, we lose salt and water, which can also help. But even so, I have massive water retention. Man, I don't understand. In that case, you should check how your liver and kidneys are functioning, because if they are not working well, you might experience water retention, so be cautious. This could be an indication of a more significant issue. Now, let's talk about some hormones. I won't get into ADH, aldosterone, even though they are directly related. You don't need such complex human physiology for this video. Just remember that estradiol mainly causes water retention. So, during menstruation, women may experience an increase in water retention due to hormonal changes. Individuals using anabolic steroids that aromatize may also experience some water retention. Heart problems and thyroid issues are also related to water retention. So, once again, I emphasize if it's too excessive, investigate further. Are you enjoying this video? If so, please hit the like button, as it helps a lot. Subscribe to the channel. If you've stayed with me this far, it's because you're finding it useful. I hope so. Help the channel grow. Thank you very much. Finally, there's a practice you can do, but it's not recommended. It's a reasonably safe form of natural dehydration. Why reasonably safe? Because no dehydration is good for your body, right? It's not welcome, it's not good. Your body won't like it. You can consume a significant amount of water for 5 consecutive days, let's say 6 to 7 liters of water, and then you completely stop drinking water for 24 hours. So, from midnight tonight, you stop drinking water until midnight tomorrow. For what purpose? For a photo session, a specific event, but let me emphasize, it's not a welcome practice, it's not something your body will accept well. There are risks, there are complications because dehydrating your body is not good. Got it? Another thing we can add here to reduce water retention is related to fasting. Fasting promotes a state of increased diuresis. So, if you're doing intermittent fasting, you'll notice that during the fasting period, you'll have improved water excretion from your body. However, when you start eating again, you'll automatically start retaining water. So, if you want to be a bit better, you can do intermittent fasting on that specific day and stick to water and tea to get rid of water retention. Does sauna help? Yes, it does, it's good. But I'll keep emphasizing this throughout the video, retention is always temporary. So, if you have a sauna today, it will return tomorrow. So, I use it for specific occasions. Can I do the dehydration protocol and then go to the sauna? The more dehydrated you become, the riskier it is for your health. Just remember that. And finally, a quick tip, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. When you use large doses of vitamin C, the body tends to excrete it. Because it says it's too much vitamin C, it's not needed, it won't be absorbed, it won't serve any purpose. So, it increases diuresis, and when diuresis increases, it also helps reduce water retention. However, excessive amounts of vitamin C are harmful to the body, so it's something to consider. I want to get rid of my water retention, but at what cost? Is it really a good idea for me to do this? Always ask yourself this question. Alright, did I help you? I hope so. Subscribe to the channel, click the like button, that's what motivates me. And in the comments, tell me what you use for water retention that you found effective. Why am I asking this? So that this content becomes even more comprehensive with your opinions in the comments. If you use a strategy that works very well, leave it in the comments to help other subscribers. And for those of you watching now, you can scroll through the comments and find some strategies that might be an extra, in addition to everything discussed in this video. Big thanks for sticking around till the end. Stay healthy, stay happy.